Hey Vibers. So today we are going to deal with the transportation in plants. Already we know that or we have discussed earlier how plants takes in simple compounds such as carbon dioxide and photosynthesize energy stored in their chlorophyll containing organs, namely ribs, or we also know them as a kitchen of a plant, and that is nothing but the leaves. Other kinds of raw materials needed for building plant's body will also have to be taken up separately. See, whatever the raw materials are needed by the plants, they are also taken up separately. Only the food is prepared in the leaves. For plants, the soil is the nearest and richest source of raw materials like nitrogen, phosphorus, and other minerals too. The absorption of these substances therefore occurs through the part in contact with the soil, say, namely roots. So, whatever the things like nitrogen, phosphorus, and other minerals is absorbed by the organ, that is nothing but the roots. If the if the distance between soil containing organ and chlorophyll containing organ are small, energy and raw material can easily diffuse to all parts of the plant body. Whereas, but if these distance become large because of changes in plant body design, diffusion processes will not be sufficient to provide raw materials in leaves and energy in the roots. A proper system of transportation is therefore essential in such situations. See here, when the size of that plant is small, at that time, easily the chlorophyll can reach to plants, and whatever the minerals is generated from the root, they are also reaching the leaves easily. But how the plants growing at that time, it will be difficult or it may become a complex. That's why they need a different pattern or different form of design to fulfill all the needs and requirements of the plant. Energy needs differ between different body designs. Plants do not move, and plant bodies have a large proportion of dead cells in many tissues. See, here what they are telling, energy requirement for each and every body design is different. For example, for leaves it is different, for stem it is different, for leaves it is different, for stems, for branches, for fruit, for flower, all such organs require different form of energy. But here we can say the common or large proportion of dead cells is present. Large proportion of the dead cells is present in many of the organ of plant. Say, as a result, plant have low energy needs and can use relatively slow transport system. The distance over which transport systems have to operate, however, can be very large in plants such as very tall trees. See, if we seen in large trees, or we can say which is taller trees, then they too have large amount of stored dead cells, and that will helpful in one and the other way. Say, plant transport system will move energy stores from leaves and raw materials from roots. See, here whatever the raw material we are getting from the roots and the leaves are going to store, and the leaves are going to store the energy. These two pathways are constructed as independently organized conducting tubes. See, here all these pathway, we can say one way or two way pathways, are made up of independently organized conducting tubes. Here we are telling as conducting tube means here we are describing two tubes. One the xylem moves water and minerals obtained from the soil. See, here xylem is going to carry the minerals as well as the water in one way pathway. Assume that this is our plant. It is our plant, and here two tube lines are present, but one is what only in a one way. See, only in a one way. Why it is one way means whatever the roots is absorbing, it may be the water and minerals, they are going to move upward, but they don't come downward. They don't come in a reverse way. That's why xylem pathway is also known as unidirectional or one way transportation. This is our xylem tube. This is our xylem tube. So it is also considered as one way tube or unidirectional system. Unidirectional system. Okay, see, here what is going to happen next. The another or other phloem transports products of photosynthesis from the leaves where they are synthesized to other parts of the body. See, this is also considered as two-way. Why it is considered as a two-way means here all the leaves are present. All the leaves are present above the tree. But here what is going to happen? Whatever the things is absorbed and utilizing here, they are in a two-way. Why means once they have went to leaves, after that they are coming back to other branches or the fruits or the flowers, whatever it may be, and as well as the roots too. That's why phloem is two-way or bidirectional system. Okay, once it is going to move upward, from that it is going to come back to transport the nutrient to roots, stem, branches, fruits, flowers, and different part too. See here, in detail how the xylem is working, we need to see transport of water. In xylem tissue, vessels and tracheids of roots, stems, and leaves are interconnected to form a continuous system of water conducting channels reaching all parts of the plant. See, as I have shown you, all the plant's organs are connected with this xylem. Okay, along with xylem tissue, some of the vessels as well as tracheids are also present, that is from the root. Okay, so what they are doing? They are continuously transporting the water. Here, what they are doing at the root, cells in at the roots, cells in contact with the soil actively take up ions. This creates a difference in the concentration of these ions between the root and the soil. See, here we can say xylem is creating difference between root and the soil. How it is creating the difference? By making the things concentration, by maintaining the concentration between roots and the soil. Okay, water therefore moves into the moves into the root from the soil to eliminate this difference. This means that there is a steady movement of water into root xylem, creating a column of water that is steadily pushed upwards. See, we can correlate this with the pump, water pump. So in that, what we are doing, we are just connecting the water body with our pipelining. It has a two connections. One is connected with the water source, and another part or another connection is connected to our own pipelines or home pipeline, whatever, wherever we are connected. So in that, we need some of the external aid like electricity. The similar way here, it don't require that electricity, but it steadily push that water upward. See, next, however, this pressure by itself is unlikely to be enough to move water over the heights that we commonly see in the plants. Plants use another strategy to move water in the xylem upwards to get to the highest points of the plant body. See, here, provided that the plant has an adequate supply of water, the water which is lost through the stomata is replaced by water from the xylem vessels in the leaf. See, whatever the loss of water, that is nothing but transpiration through stomata is occurring, that is recovered by the xylem tissue. In fact, evaporation of water molecules from the cells of a leaf creates a suction that which pulls water from the xylem cells of roots. See, here what is going to happen? Some of the cells present in leaves create a suction which helps in pulling of water from the roots itself. The loss of water in the form of vapor from the aerial parts of the plant is known as what? Transpiration. As I said, it is one of the process in which the water is going to lose in the form of vapors from the aerial parts. Aerial parts means whatever the parts they are remaining in air or existing in air of the plant body. That process is known as what? Transpiration. Thus, transpiration helps in the absorption and upward movement of water and minerals dissolved in it from roots to the leaves. See, here what is going to happen? It is one of the important or essential process, we can say, transpiration. It helps not only in the absorption, along with that upward movement, it also helps in dissolving of the minerals within it. Then only it pass from one place to another place or up to leaves. We can say ultimate destination of that particular minerals, water, all those things. It also helps in temperature regulation. See, it is also one of the crucial work, the maintenance of temperature or regulation of temperature. The effect of root pressure in transport of water is more important at night. See, here in day it is going to happen anyhow, but during night it is more important. Why means the pressure, root pressure also affect the transport of water. During the day, when the stomatas are open, the transpiration pull becomes the major driving force in the movement of water in the xylem. See, during day the transpiration process is happening, but during night it is, we can say, completely it is absent. So how it is going to happen during night? It is somewhat tricky for them. Why means no transpiration, no pulling of water? It is somewhat tricky. See, next, transport of food and other substances. Here you can go through this figure. See, all the roots are carrying H2O and minerals. Here they are absorbing. You can observe the arrows from all the root hairs. The water as well as the minerals are absorbing. Okay, until they reach the different vital parts of the plant. After that, the ultimate process, the water vapors, in the form of water vapors, the water is going to loss, and that process is only known as transpiration. Okay, from here the water is going to lose in the form of water pressure, water vapors, that is only known as transpiration. So that's why this is also known as what? Unidirectional. Now coming to our second tissue, plant tissue, that is nothing but the phloem. It helps in transport of food and other substances through plant body. Far, we have discussed the transport of water and minerals in the plants. Now, let us consider how the products of metabolic processes, particularly photosynthesis, are moved from leaves, where they are formed, to other parts of the plants. See, here whatever the metabolic activities are going on within the plant, that is going to transfer from leaves to other different organs after photosynthesis. This transport of soluble product of photosynthesis is called translocation. See, whatever the product after photosynthesis they have formed, they are going to transport to, this is in the soluble form, not in the insoluble form. Soluble products of photosynthesis is only called as translocation, and it occur in the part of vascular tissue known as phloem. See, phloem is also known as the vascular tissue. Besides the product of photosynthesis, the phloem transport amino acid and other substances too. See, not only the photosynthetic product, other things also, other substance also, they are going to transport. Okay, these substances are specially delivered to the storage organs of roots, fruits, seeds, and to growing organs. See, whatever the things which is produced after photosynthesis, that products are mainly transferred to storage organs like root, fruits, seeds, and the developing organ. The translocation of food and other substance takes place in the sieve tube with the help of adjacent companion cell both in upward and downward direction. See, this thing, the carrying of a phloem substances, it is in upward direction also and in downward direction too. That's why it is bidirectional. Unlike transport in xylem, which can be largely explained by simple physical force, the translocation in phloem is achieved by utilizing energy. See, it is happening due to use of energy. Materials like sucrose is transferred into phloem tissue using energy form ATP. This increases the osmotic pressure of the tissue, causing water to move into it. This pressure moves the material in the phloem to tissues which have less pressure. This allows the phloem to move material according to the plant's need. For example, in the spring, sugars stored in roots or stem tissues would be transported to the birds which need energy to grow. See, all these things are happening in plants. Mainly, the transportation occur by two tissues, that is nothing but the xylem and phloem. Xylem is a unidirectional, whereas phloem is bidirectional. Xylem is going to absorb minerals as well as water, whereas the phloem is going to absorb as well as it is going to give the product to all different body parts of the plant. Hope so, viewers, you are enjoying understanding my videos, shorts, and streaming too. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. I'll meet you in next video, next streaming. तब तक के लिए अल्लाह हाफिज़, दुआ में याद रखना.